Hello. We're on our first cruise and we're really loving the whole experience, including the food. The food here on Ambassador Ambience is great. It's very, very tempting. Um, and after a few days of self indulgence, I've come up with a plan that seems to be working for me, to sort of control what I'm eating and putting on weight, basically. So I actually left my pregnancy jeans in in France, so I'm really worried I won't be able to fit into my jeans when I get to the next shore. So it's pretty important. I left my jeans behind so that we could, amongst other things, so we could get it do carry on Ryanair. It's pretty serious business, keeping control of my weight at the moment. I've come up with 20 ideas of how I'm doing that. Basically, I think it's about 15 food ideas, more or less, and 5 exercise ideas at the end for those interested in the exercise side of things. I would say these are my personal thoughts. I'm 6 feet tall and I exercise a fair bit too, so that also helps. So you might want to make adjustments to these things to suit you and take what suits you and doesn't suit you. So here we are. The first point I want to make is it's not really a food idea. It's really just about attitude. You really have to pay attention to this, I think. So once you've done your first cruise, like me, this is my first cruise. I'm meeting a lot of people who do repeat cruising. I've met people who've done 30, 37, 20 cruises. And so it becomes a lifestyle. And I don't think it's something that you want to just ignore and say, I'm on holiday, because it's could become a big part of your life doing this. And who wants to spend your life at home starving yourself, which you probably won't do anyway. And it's not good to do that kind of yo-yo dieting. So I think this thing matters to me anyway. And uh, I think if you're watching this video, it probably matters to you as well. I don't think it's an ego trip to worry about those extra pounds. I think this can affect your heart health. I'm just going to put this other light on. Oh, yeah. It affects your heart health. It affects your risk of cancer later on. Your ability, your mobility is so important. Mobility is so important to travel. So I think it's really important. So first actual idea: eat potatoes at every meal that you can. Not chips, by the way. We know that potatoes have one of the highest levels of satiety. So it's got one of the highest satiety indexes, and so choose, if you can, whole jacket potatoes, and if not, maybe roast potatoes. I generally add some mustard on this ship. Being a British ship, it's English mustard is quite hot, so you got to be a bit careful with it. But that's what I've been doing. Number 3 is have oats and oatmeal. So I'm actually having a bircher muesli at each breakfast, along with plain yogurt and some prunes. And I'm also having a bowl of porridge along with honey, which is an anti-inflammatory, and cinnamon, which is good for blood pressure, and another non-sugar sweetener. Again, you may not be able to eat all this if you're not exercising a fair bit. And I might be eating too much, I don't know, but I do think oats are very important, very filling. We've started adding creatine and linseeds and nuts to our porridge. Obviously, we brought the creatine on board ourselves. And porridge and indeed birch and muesli are great things to add your various supplements to if you're of a mind to. Oats also have beta glucan, which is the reason I really like using them, because they're good for your heart health. They lower your cholesterol. One of the few food that's sort of proven to lower your blood cholesterol. Now I'm eating fish at most meals. I've chosen not to eat meat and eggs, essentially for my heart health, but that might be a good choice for you if you don't have issues with your heart health. But if you are older, you probably do. So Anyway, so I'm trying to eat fish at most meals. It's very filling. This generally means I have smoked salmon at breakfast if it's available. They also have roll mops, which I might try. I've been told that they're quite good. So that's another interesting breakfast choice. And this is where I'm getting my omega-3, which again is important for your heart health, your skin health, your brain, and all the rest of it. Again, I'm not adding, and then at each meal, most of the meals on the ship are white fish, not always, and generally they have like a white sauce, like a white cream sauce. I'm not eating the white cream sauce. Stay away from the white cream sauces. I'm generally adding the mustard to it if I feel like something, which I always do. And if it's not available, I'm having a small amount of Tabasco sauce, but I put that on the side, and indeed put the mustard on the side as well because it can be quite hot, English mustard. Number 5 is avoid creamy sauces. So if you're having, say, pasta, have the tomato-based sauce, not the creamy-based sauce. Number 6, consider having a soup entree. But again, avoid the creamy sauce and choose the broth or tomato-based soup. This will fill you up before your main. Number 7, consider salad as an entree. Now, we just come from France, and of course this is a very French idea, having an entree like soup and or a salad before your meal. That sort of does fill you up, and that kind of volume or volumetric type eating is really good. Number 8, add mixed vegetables to most plates, as well as your potatoes. These will also be high in fibre and also have plenty of vitamins and minerals and so forth. Number 9, limit the bread. If you do have a side bread, don't have butter on it. Although I've succumbed to this at the various times at the dining room. I get bored there sometimes. And try and choose wholemeal bread over white bread. Again, it's just more satiating. It's more satiating. Number 10, choose legumes like chickpeas and lentils. These are full of protein and therefore are more filling. They're often found on our ship in the Indian or vegetarian food sections. But again, avoid the naan bread if it's available, and limit or have no rice. Instead, have the potatoes, which we know are satisfying, and I think they also have various minerals and vitamins in them. Number 11, limit desserts to small treats or the sugar-free section, or both. I personally have had to step away from the daily puddings, which are generally drowning in custard. Just too, the idea of it seems too yummy. Actually, not that nice when I get it, but I think it's important for me psychologically to have like a small portion-controlled treat. So just before I had a creamy little mint thing. It was very small though, and a little banana. But again, the portion sizes are controlled on this ship. And just on that, yes, number 12, control the portion. So Ambassador actually serves the food to you at the buffet, unlike some ships, which naturally limits the serving sizes, which I think is a good thing. But the other thing that's good about it is it helps with infection control, as the food is behind the bain marie, and I think that's got to be a good thing if the infection control happens. I have met people who don't like it, but I personally think it's much better from the infection control point of view. Number 13, slow down. So what I'm trying to do is stop and rest between dishes in the buffet if I have time. You'll become more aware of how full you feel. Excuse me. We know that it takes 20 minutes before we know how full we actually are. Number 14, limit alcohol, or don't drink alcohol at all. I personally find abstinence easier than moderation, but limit it if you can. It's obviously empty calories. And also it breaks down your inhibitions, keeps you up all night, and so forth. Number 15, use the dining room for special occasions only. So you'll have more control over your diet in the buffet and a lot less rich food in the dining room. Number 16, and the rest of these are more exercise based. So number 16 is use the stairs, not the lift. So this will add up over time, and you may not even notice the extra work your body is doing. I must say, when I walked from level 6 to level 14 here, or level 12 to go up the promenade, I'm really huffing and puffing, but I'm hoping at the end of the cruise, we won't be huffing and puffing so much. We'll see. Number 17, I walk 10k steps a day. I measure it with this ring, but you might have a tracker, or even on your phone. Most people on a phone have a tracker to track your 10k steps. Ideally, I do this on the promenade. I personally find it boring doing it in the gym on the stepper, but some people prefer that, and of course it's useful if it's cold weather. But I think if it's cold weather, I'm probably just going to walk up and down every element of the ship if I can. Number 18, do interval training on the promenade. So what we've been doing is 1 lap walking, 1 lap running, and then for the last 100 meters or so I'm sprinting. I recently saw a YouTube by a Estonian guy called Sim Land, and he did talk about the longevity principles for people over 60. I am grey-beard after all. And one of the things he said was do sprint training. And initially I thought, oh, that's crazy, I'll get injured. But the particular promenade here has a very bouncy surface. I'm finding I can actually, once I warm up, I can actually run. And so I'm trying to do that. It's obviously really good for your heart health. But also in this case, I think it's really improving my metabolism, thus my ability to eat more food than I guess most people. Yeah. Number 19, consider the sauna as a supplement to your workouts, ideally, and swim if you can. Now, the sauna is kind of a supplement. I don't think it's going to burn energy on its own. It's got some other benefits, I think, for your circulation and your blood pressure and so forth. But it's not on its own a great thing for weight loss. But then again, if you're not that mobile, it might be really good. We also have a steam room here on the ship, and an area where you can sit as well, like a hot seat. It's hard to describe. And finally, number 20, use the gym to grow your muscles, because bigger muscles burn more calories, and it'll help you to live longer. So all these things add up. So to quickly summarize, I'll just go over them. Attitude: potatoes, oats and oatmeal. Fish: avoid creamy sauces. Soup entree, salad entree, mixed vegetables. Limit the bread. Choose legumes, limit desserts, control the portions, slow down, limit your alcohol. Dining room for special occasions only, the buffet. Use the stairs, not the lift. Walk 10k steps a day. Do interval training. Consider using the sauna, and use the gym. So what do you think? When you're cruising, do you just let it rip? Or are you doing one or all these things? You're doing different things. What do you think about the ideas that I've put here? I must say that I'm still eating quite a bit of food, so we'll see if I have to make further adjustments. Probably about the portion control, I think, but it is kind of tempting. But I think each day, as I'm getting more and more used to the limitless buffet, seemingly, I'm getting better at controlling it. But I do think it's important. So let me know in the comments. Cheers.